What is going on, my crypto dudes? Now look, if you're looking to play some play to earn crypto games with huge earning potential, then look no further than playing some crypto poker. And when I'm not trading crypto or eating a fresh burrito from Chipotle, I am a regular on the virtual felt. And right now, if you're looking to scratch out a few $100s a day and have some skill, then Ignition Poker is where I would recommend playing. This is a real money crypto poker site that I've been personally using for over 7 years. The software is excellent and players are fairly easy to beat at the mid-stake games. And instead of just talking about them, I would like to go over a recent session I played at the 500 no limit stakes and managed to get a nice winner. Of course, if you guys would like to get started on here, there will be some bonus links you can check out directly below in the description and comments. Please tap that like, and let's get into some of these hands. All right, so this hand, obviously we missed this one pretty bad, okay? This session was played not too long ago. I'm always recording my sessions, and I have a lot of them, right? I mean, I play 4 to 5 times a week right now, kind of kicked it up a little bit, so there's just so much to go through. We did pair the 6. The heart draw is dead now. This guy called me, so he could have a hand like, maybe like an ace something, ace X, like a weak ace, ace 3, ace 4, something like that. But I had a different idea for this hand. But check this out. I mean, we basically got really lucky here, but I was going to try to bluff this guy off this hand. But the river card ended up being a 6, which was pretty disguised, honestly. And I figured if this guy wasn't bluffing, which he might have been, the way this hand played was just extremely weird. I still went for value here on the river, right around $100 on this. Like I said, we got lucky, but I was going to just try to outplay this guy. Sometimes these things happen, guys, where, you just get lucky. But my plan with this hand was to try to bluff this guy off of it anyways. So, but we got paid off right there. With the runner 6, pretty disgusting. I feel his pain right there, but it is what it is. It's poker. All right. Next hand, I think I folded this one. So, I mean, I really mix my game up in this session. For the most part, when you guys are playing, a tight aggressive approach is pretty standard. You want to bluff about 10 to 20% of the hands you're actually playing in. You do have to add bluffing into your game because you can't just play this game straight up, especially as you move up in stakes. You got to be throwing those bluffs in there to get people off of hands. And even if your bluffs get called down sometimes, which they will, at least you're, bluffing, right? You can't just play ABC poker. You become too predictable. And, you're always going to be adjusting to the players you're playing against because it's always going to be new players every single time. You can always pick up on tendencies, little things like that, and just play a good game. Because like I said, man, the only thing you can really control when you're playing this game is your emotional state and how well you're playing, That's really it. And the cards are going to fall where they do. All right, open raise here. But yeah, like I said, continue sticking around, and we just have some good spots to go over here. All right, this guy is taking forever to act, man. I hate when people do this crap. Make a decision. All right, so we are going to get a call here. Pretty kind of safe board. Got a continuation bet here. Figure he might call with a pair of like 3s or who knows 2s if he's got anything. Unfortunately, nothing there. Turn card would have been an 8, which would have been a good card to continue with, but for us to continue bet, but no action, sadly. All right, next time we folded. So, so far, just kind of picking our spots. Got kind of lucky there with that king 6, but overall, I did have a plan for that hand. We got lucky with it, and just playing pretty standard. All right, these two going at it. 2-6 jack. Wow, this guy threw a $5 bet out there. What? Wow, look at that shove. That is so weird. Wonder what he had. That was a massive shove. All right, I think this is a check fold. Yeah, pretty standard fold right there. Nothing. All right, another fold. Yeah, man, I hate when people do the min raise. All right, that guy folded. If you guys are ever playing at a table where somebody's like min raising, definitely kick them up when you've got a good hand. I hate those. I hate the min raise, dude. It's the worst. All right, so this hand was like, you could fold it or you could put in a raise because, we're in late position. This is a 50-50, you know what I'm saying? So I just went for a raise with it because we're suited. I think this is usually a fold for the most part, but I just decided to raise. It's pretty close. All right, we got no action. We stole the blinds with it, so we'll take it. We'll bake it. All right, next hand, another fold. But like I said, hope you guys are still with me because we do have some good spots coming up here. Plus, we got up to close to 1,000. So, yeah, we still got some stuff coming up here. Okay, so I did limp with nines from early position. Typically, I say this all the time. This should have been a raise, so this was a mistake on my part. But, first or second to act, when you have like those low suited connectors and you just want to see a flop with like 6-7, small pocket pairs, 4s, 5s, 6s, deuces, 3s, I think limping first or second to act's okay. Nines, it's a little bit more premium, so I definitely should have opened with this, so it was a mistake. All right, so not a terrible flop for nines. We still hit a 9 on the turn, obviously. These guys we've got this small and big blind, so they probably have some garbage cards. I'm sure one of them has a pair here. I mean, you would expect them to. So I went for a bet here. Figure somebody might call me with like a pair of 7s or 5s even. All right, turn card was a queen. That didn't really change a whole lot, in my opinion. So continuing here. All right, he called. River card was a 4, and to be honest with you guys, I was okay checking this down because I had no idea what he had. All right, he ended up having a draw. He probably should have just folded that to begin with, and it cost him a little bit more money. But, I'm happy with the result for that hand. And here we go. Like I was just saying, pocket deuces. We are going to do a little limp because it's deuces. Should have raised with the 9s, but what are you going to do? Now I'm expecting a raise here. If there's a 3 bet, you're usually going to want to fold a hand like this, but you're going to call a raise for sure. 3 bets, it can get pricey. Or maybe we got to see this flop cheap. Yeah, we did. All right, that is a terrible flop for deuces. We are in check fold right now, unless we hit a deuce on the turn, of course, which we didn't. And, you know, this is just a check fold. We are going to be out of this one very soon. All right, there's the bet. And finally, we fold it. Deuces did not work out. Okay, so this was a pretty big hand for us in this one, pocket jacks. We are in the big blind, okay, and I slowed this hand down because I got to just explain what I was thinking here. So, you know, this is always going to be a 3-bet. If somebody raises from early position, it doesn't really matter. You know, you got to kick it up. You got to build a pot with it. If you get 4-bet with this hand, it can be a little tricky, obviously, but it's pocket jacks. Anyways, the way we're going to do this one is we have a raise coming up here. So somebody's going to raise, and then I think there's going to be a 3-bet to like 40 something. So I had a couple options in this hand. You know, I could 4-bet it, which is close, or calling it, I think, is fine too. So it's one or the other here. Now this guy is, what, he boosted it to 12, and then this guy, like I said, it's going to go to like 40 or 50, something like that. So, and with online poker, it's hard to know. And we're all pretty deep in this $500 game. I mean, you know, we're pretty deep. So I am going to think about it, but ultimately I am going to just end up calling here. But it's close. I mean, it's close. And yeah, I mean, the reason here is too, because if I 4-bet to like, let's say $80, I could be dealing with a 5-bet. So then I'm investing a ton of money into this hand with pocket jacks. If there's a 5-bet, which could get pretty high. So I just think calling here is the right play. We'll just see a board and hopefully a jack appears, or you know, we'll take a bunch of low cards too. I mean, those are the scenarios I'm looking for. Obviously the jack is going to be like the bingo. You know, that's what we want to see. All right. Yeah, I didn't take too much time to think about raising. I just called. And let's see a flop. All right, so now we're heads up. The initial raiser folded. And, you know, tricky spot, I guess. I'm really kind of just hoping this guy maybe does one more continuation bet, and then he checks the turn if there's like a low card. But, you know, we're not going anywhere at this point. If he's going to bet, we're obviously going to make a call. Sort of a scary flop, though. I mean, you know, you got pocket 9s, pocket 10s, maybe 3-bet. You've got still some over pairs to us. And then you have, you know, your ace kings and ace queens suiteds that might be just, you know, continuation betting here to try to get me off the hand. But going to make a call here, and the turn card, don't remember exactly what it was. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it was the ace. You hate to see the ace. So now he probably got there. It's going to be harder to know, but yeah. So basically all the ace X's got there. Unfortunately, though, like, well, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get away from this. So I'm going to make a another call after I think he bets here. I'm going to make the call to see one more card. Or I'm sorry, he checked it. Oh, okay, so we did hit the money card, but problem with the jack is, look, there's the flush got there, king queen got there, which it's possible, guys. It's possible. So this put us in a spot where, you know, there's 160 in there. He bet 80 pretty quick here. I don't think you're betting here unless you have a really good hand. And he did. He had ace jack, so he didn't have the that was a pretty sick card for him. He didn't have the flush. He didn't have the straight. But I couldn't raise there because the board with the jack at the end, with the way it played out, with the flush in king, queen, those are all very possible hands that he could have had. And I realized it. And it was just kind of unfortunate we didn't make more money off that hand, to be honest with you guys.